Welcome back for another day of estimating the sums and differences of fractions using benchmarks. Yesterday we used fraction bars a couple of times first. Today we are not going to. Today we're going to go straight to using the number lines and just placing the x's on the correct spot. So again, I'm going to show you an example of how to do this when we're estimating the sum. So we start with writing the equivalent fractions to 0, 1/2, and 1 whole on the number line for the first fraction. Our first fraction is 1/8. That means each of my denominators is going to become an 8. 0 is the same thing as 0/8. 1 whole would mean I have all 8 pieces, 8 out of 8. Half of 8 is 4 because 8 divided by 2 is 4. So my middle fraction, my 1/2, is going to be 4/8. Then it says place the x on the number line for where the fraction should go. So here's my x. If I look here, I know that 1/8 is going to be between 0 and 4. If I were to split this into 4 pieces, I can visualize that and I can say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1/8 is going to go right about there. And I can see that that is closest to 0. So right here, I'm going to put a 0. Then I have to repeat steps 1 through 3 with the second fraction. This one, the denominator is 9, so I'm putting a 9 in my denominator to start. 0 would be the same as 0/9. 1 whole is the same as having all 9 pieces, so 9/9. And then when I do 1/2, I have to remember that this is an odd number. So I'm going to go down one number. 1 less than 9 is 8. Half of 8 is 4. And then I'm adding a 0.5 because that 1 that I went down, I'm splitting that in half. Kind of like if you had $1 and you split it in half, each person would get 50 cents. Now I need to place our x on the number line for 5/9. Well, if this is 4.5/9, 5/9 is going to be just a tiny bit more than that. This x is very close to 1/2. So if I was estimating, I would say 5/9 is about 1/2. So right here, I'm going to put 1/2. Remember, to make 1/2, you do 1, the backslash key, which is the same as the question mark key, and then the 2 for 1/2. Press the space bar 1 time to make it a little bit smaller. And then we just have to add the benchmark numbers together. 0 plus 1/2 is 1/2. Remember, you press the space after. So we'll do one more example where we're estimating the difference. So same thing, we're writing equivalent fractions for our first fraction using this denominator first. So each of my denominators is going to be 12. An equivalent fraction to 0 out of 12 would be 0 out of 12. 1 whole would be 12/12. Half of 12 is 6 because 12 divided by 2 is 6. So my equivalent fraction to 1/2 when I'm working with 12ths is 6/12. Then I need to place the x on the number line where it should go. Well, I know 10/12 is bigger than 6/12 and less than 12/12. I just have to figure out where it goes. 10 is less than 2 less than 12, so I would count back 1, 2, and it would go right about here. So I could see if I had 6/12 here, it would be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This x is closer to 12/12 because 10 is closer to 12 than 10 is to 6. So when I'm finding the closest benchmark, I can see that it is closest to 1 whole. So I'm going to put that right here. Then I'm doing 1/7. So my denominator is 7 for each of my equivalent fractions. 0 would be the same as 0/7, and 1 whole would be the same as 7/7. Again, this is an odd number, so I'm going to go down 1 to 6. Half of 6 is 3. And then the 1 that I took away, I'm going to add the 0.5 because I'll split it in half. 3.5 sevenths is the same as 1/2. Then I have to place my 1/7. Well, if this is 0 sevenths and this is 3.5 sevenths, it would be 1, 2, 3. 1 goes right about here. 1 is closer to 0 than it is to 3.5. So 1/7 is about 0. 1 minus 0 is 1. You're going to do 2 problems like this, just like I did, and then you're going to do some work on your own. So you're going to notice I boxed the word approximately here because approximately means you're estimating, because if something is approximate, it means it's not exact. So you're going to estimate here. Gina works for 1/2 hour on her essay for English class, and Bobby works for 7/8 hour more than Gina. Which range of hours shows approximately how many hours Bobby worked on his essay? So you'll do the work estimating like we just did on your whiteboard, and then once you figure out your answer, where do you think it would go here? You drag the circle to the correct answer, and then make sure you're taking a picture and uploading it right here. Remember to take a picture, you click right here, insert image, camera, to take a picture of your whiteboard. Then you have another estimating problem. This one I boxed the word estimate for you. So again, you're going to show your work on your whiteboard using number lines, just like we've been doing in class. Take a picture and put it below, and type your answer into the box. Then you have a couple more review problems. This one says, what is the difference? So this one is an exact answer. So you're going to do your work, finding your LCD and subtracting on your whiteboard. Drag the circle to the correct answer. Show your work right here. Then you have one more review problem, finding the sum, the answer to the addition problem. Again, this is an exact answer, so make sure you're finding the exact answer on your whiteboard, taking a picture of your work and putting it below, and typing your answer. Then rate yourself on how you did today and submit your slides on Schoology.